When he worked at the Philadelphia Eagles, they played in the worst building in the league and were an awful team. That, he said, was opportunity. So to hear about challenge in the worst and in the best of times, I would like to welcome Cleveland Cavaliers president. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks, Leslie. Thanks. I'm glad to be here.
Well, we're glad to be here too. You have said, embrace challenges. Look for the most challenging situation you can find and go in that direction. How do you maintain challenge in a winning environment? I would think in some ways it's almost easier to maintain challenge when you're losing and you want to get to winning. How do you maintain challenge in a winning organization?
Well, I think first off, we have a team here of people, and this was the same thing in Philadelphia. You mentioned in other situations where we were starting from a certain situation where there was nothing but challenge. And you start to have success, and success feeds upon itself, and especially as you have a great team of people working together and they see those results start to happen. And now we're in a situation where we have phenomenal ownership with Dan Gilbert. We have tremendous leadership with Danny Ferry and Mike Brown in terms of where the team has continued to evolve. And we have great leadership within our business team as well. And we're at a point now where that group has seen the fruits of their labor continue to evolve and grow, but we still haven't reached the final destiny of where we want to get to. So,
which is?
Well, ultimately...
Can you say it out loud?
Well, ultimately, it's no secret we're about championships, and I think that Dan Gilbert's been particularly vocal about championships, plural, but creating a setting, and I think this is something you'll hear all the time from Danny as well, Danny Ferry, speaking about creating a setting from a team end where we put ourselves in a position to compete at a championship level on a year-by-year basis. How do we create a sustainable model on that front? And from a business end, how do we support that objective and that role and create a sustainable business that provides the resources for us organizationally to be able to compete at the highest levels on a national basis?
And actually, I was going to ask this later, but what you said just begs the question. And I'm sure it's not this simple, but if it was, how would you answer, when do you make a decision as a business decision, and when is it a basketball decision? Because you represent the business side of the team, correct?
Correct.
So when is it a business decision, and when is it a basketball decision?
Well, I would say this is we have a great scenario where, in terms of Danny and myself and Dan Gilbert, we work on a unified basis. So I think we tend to look at things more holistically rather than in silos. And ultimately, that's a way, if you want to be successful as an organization, you need to look at it that way. So we try to, as we look at navigating on a go-forward basis, it's really about what's best for the organization as a whole, versus looking at, again, silos. So, and that's been a driver in a lot of what we, really a big part of our success.